Hello and welcome to our new video. In this video I'll show you our weekly grocery shopping and the meals we made with the things we bought. This time we decided to try ALDI because it is famous for its low prices, and this is what we were trying to go for. Inexpensive weekly grocery shopping with organic and healthy options. And here we just came from the store. We usually plan something beforehand and plan more than we did this time, but today we just didn't have any time. While we were having breakfast, we sat down and discussed what meals we more or less want to eat during the week, and without making a shopping list, which is very useful when you want to save money and not forget things, we just decided what we kind of need and came to the store, spent maybe like 30 minutes, bought everything really quickly. Most of the things will be for more than a week. I would say that this total shopping will probably last us about a week and a half. So here what we bought, and this is quinoa. Again, will be good for more than 2 weeks. The same with beans. Beans, a ton of them. This is for pasta salad. Onions, yeah, we eat a lot of onions, so it'll be enough for maybe a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks if we don't cook much with onions, but it's impossible. We bought everything from ALDI except this, just because ALDI doesn't have organic potatoes, and they don't have beets, they didn't have peppers unfortunately, and don't have carrots. Or it feels like fall, so we will stuff it. Then, what is it? Tomatoes, berries, for snacks. I don't think it's enough for a week, but again, we're trying to be cheap. Peas and corn, eggs, spinach and mixed greens, asparagus, not organic. Most of the things are organic though. Mushrooms, dates, just because the baby loves them. Milk, plus we'll make more milk from almonds that we have. Tomato paste, marinara sauce, Kalamata olives, not ideal, but still good for quinoa salad. Salmon, just in case, I'm not sure I'll be making anything from it, but just in case. Oranges, bananas, lots of bananas, we eat a lot of bananas too. Small mandarins, avocados, 2 bags of apples, and this is from a different store, but still. Pepper, organic potatoes, 3 pounds, which is not much, but should work. Onion, carrots, beets, organic, cabbage, not organic. And then again, when I look at it, I see meals or dishes that I'm going to make. Refried beans and used in soup. Pasta salad, quinoa salad. We'll see with pasta salad. Maybe we'll have like pasta with fish. Again, I don't really like setting everything before cooking because sometimes I just don't feel like cooking what I decided. Onions, cabbage, beets, carrots, and potatoes, and green onions will be used for borscht. You can see the video how to make borscht in here. Eggs, we just have them sometimes, just boil them and eat like this. This may be added to mashed potatoes if you have enough potatoes. Just to eat with salads, just to eat with anything. It actually goes well with fish, so probably this will be pasta with fish and corn, which will like it. It goes well with leeks too, we don't know how with leeks this time. For pasta salad, for any extra meals that we want, this will be used for either pizza, pepper together, or rice and like risotto type. Just drinking with coffee. John drinks it. Snacks. This can also be used, the greens can be used in salads and also salads. And as I said, stuffed acorn squash. snacks. The total for that in ALDI was $84, $84.35, and $12.88 in a different store, which totaled to $97 for a week and a half. It's not bad. Again, we are trying to stay under 100 a week, and ideally under 450 a month. Under 400 a month would be ideal, but we're not there yet. So here is the shopping grocery haul for the week, hopefully a week and a half, and later I'll show you what I actually cooked from it. I also forgot to mention that most of it is organic and gluten-free. The only exception for gluten will be probably homemade rye bread, that rye has gluten, rye bread that I make, and my daughter can snack on it. I can sometimes eat it with soup or something, or have avocado toast. We're pretty old-fashioned, lazy, or a little boring, maybe when it comes to food, because for breakfast and lunch we have set meals that we always have, with rare exceptions. For breakfast it is always oats. It can be steel-cut oats, which is more often these days, or rolled oats, or any other porridge. It's a kind of a Russian tradition to have porridge for breakfast. It's simple, it's nourishing, it's warm, especially when it comes winter or fall, that you kind of want to eat something warm. I add berries there, or raisins, sometimes pumpkin, nuts, bananas, anything we want to do, we just add after it. Plus, my husband usually makes it when he goes to work and leaves it for me, which I just reheat adding some more milk. It's simple, saves a lot of time, and it's healthy. Here we're having millet instead of oats. When it comes to snacks and desserts, I think this is the majority of things we eat. We have a small child, so we always have to have something on hand. Whether we go somewhere or stay at home, she's constantly hungry for snacks. Of course, mostly this is apples, oranges, mandarins, or berries that we bought this time. But many times it's also something that I bake. And here I'm making a really simple breakfast idea, or an addition to breakfast in our case, or a dessert. These are buckwheat pancakes, which have just 3 basic ingredients: soaked buckwheat, oats, rolled oats, and milk. Next, I'm making a vegan, gluten-free apple crumble pie, which is not actually apple, it's apple and cranberry. If you like cranberries, like me, you'll see how it's much better than just an apple pie. The crust turned out to be really easy to work with, and also my daughter played with it like Play-Doh, and she was so happy. We ended up making 3 pies, which I froze one, and we had guests, and then one we ate like really quickly. It's very yummy and really simple to make. I'll probably make more cookies later using the same crust. It's pretty good. Doesn't require a lot of ingredients and doesn't require a lot of work. And of course, the simplest dessert that my daughter always asks for, and everybody likes it. It's very simple, doesn't need any sugar, eggs, butter, nothing. There are 2 simple ingredients, which we usually extend to 4, which again you can stick with the 2 basic ingredients: bananas and rolled oats. But we like to add raisins there, and to yield more, if you don't have a ton of bananas, you can add milk. And again, it's absolutely not necessary. You don't have to use milk, and you don't have to use raisins. Or if you want to make it even more interesting, You can add nuts, seeds, chocolate, anything you want. I had a lot of white beans that I didn't know what to do with. We added them to soups, we added them to dishes that we made for dinner, but there was still a lot because there was a huge bag and I cooked everything. Several years ago I made cookies using chickpeas, and this time I decided to substitute them with white beans. White beans don't really have that much of a taste, so they create a great bulk for pies or for cookies or for anything like that. So I just use them as bulk ingredient, like bananas, for example. You would be using the same way. And we made some white bean corn cookies. As I mentioned before, our breakfasts are pretty set and our lunches are even more limited, let's say. I make soup for the whole week. Sometimes it lasts more than a week, sometimes it lasts less than a week. And I make 1 or 2 loaves of bread, depending on how much bread we eat. This week we ate a lot of bread. It was really good and goes really well with borscht. This is a pretty simple and basic rye bread. It has rye starter, water, rye flour, and a little bit of salt. You can additionally add molasses to speed up the process, but I didn't do it this time. I also sprinkled some black sesame seeds on top to just make it nicer. So for the soup we had borscht, and we ate it with bread, simple bread with bread and ghee, or bread and avocado toasts. And here are the dinners that we had. This is stuffed acorn squash. I used the stuffing that I actually made maybe last month for something I don't even remember already. It has rice, which is not cooked, green lentils, mushrooms, green peppers, and I think that's pretty much it. Onions and garlic, of course. So I served it with some salad on the side. Next meal was quinoa salad, really basic. For the dressing I use tahini with lemon juice and a little bit of mustard. Next was pizza. Again, pizza was really simple. For the dough I used just cassava flour and water, nothing else. You can add oil or salt to spices, but you don't have to.
Copy. Copy.
And you can see what the ingredients were. We like adding falafel to it. It's raw falafel, it's not made. I just put it from the freezer, it melted, and then we add it on pizza. It adds more protein and it's really, really yummy. One of the meals that we had on the go, together with quinoa salad that we made specifically to go somewhere and bring dinner with us. The second dish like this was pasta salad, and we took it with us when we went to the lake. with chickpea pasta, we actually made salmon pasta. We used sauteed corn with onions. It's much better with leeks, but we didn't have leeks. I added some chickpea flour to thicken it, added water, then I added salmon, mixed it, added milk, a little bit of milk, or you can add coconut milk, of course, it makes everything better. Added pasta, mixed it, and added grains from beets. That was it. Pretty simple fish pasta. Another one was just simple omelette, which I used garlic, tomatoes, and homegrown basil, together with some Italian spice. And then quinoa with green peas on the side. A risotto, our very typical meal. We have it at least a couple times a month, sometimes more often. It's very, very yummy, very simple to make, and it actually was enough for 2 dinners. There are always leftovers from all the dinners that John takes with him to work for lunch. Finally, a very typical dinner idea we have is just falafel, which I throw frozen, the same falafel that I use for pizza. I pre-make it once every 2 or 3 months. Add tomato paste, water, and close the lid and wait for 20 more minutes and it's done. And serve it with, this time it was mashed potatoes, it can be anything you want. That was it for this week grocery shopping and cooking. I hope you liked it. Bye!